I'm curious
Thank
how
you.
your mindset changed in going into these live shows versus doing the other rounds where kind of you didn't had no control over the editing, et cetera, et cetera.
Uh, okay, I'll go first, I guess. The mindset of this one was just to perform and not mess up because it's live television. um, there's no fixing what you do live. So it was do or die this time. And the vibe was awesome because they had a full audience this time instead of just a few rows. So it was awesome. It was loud in there. We had our in-ears so we could really hear ourselves. The band was on point. The stage was on point. It just felt like I was already a megastar, already doing like a CMA award show. It just felt so freaking cool. I loved every minute of it.
She hit the nail on the head. It's the adrenaline rush of a lifetime. You walk onto that stage and you see a mosh pit of people there, and they're smiling ear to ear, and they're there to see you. They're there to see you put on a show. And as entertainers, I guess we're just born with this thing that turns on whenever we see a crowd that's wanting to be entertained. We step up, we go, absolutely. And man, I tell you, I had a blast tonight.
Yeah, it was so incredible. You know, Reba gave me a song that she said is the hardest song for her to sing, and for her to give me a song like that is like so incredible. Just her just believing in me to be able to sing something like that, especially to sing her song in front of her, and let alone her hardest song in front of her. I was like, thanks, Reba. Yeah, but like Jacquie said, just having the crowd there, like so much bigger, is just incredible. And, the band is just always on point. So it makes me feel so much better knowing that like they're not going to mess up and like it's not going to throw me off. So it's just incredible. But, the mindset was just going in and really digging deep into this song and just portraying the emotion of the song, even though it's not something that I've really been through. But yeah, it's just incredible. Yeah, I had so much fun tonight.
Question is actually specifically for Ruby again. I was very moved after your performance when I saw Reba and Gwen crying. It was super emotional. And like you said right now, it's a song that she said that it's really hard for her to sing. And so, how did it feel knowing that you got one, Reba and Gwen to cry watching you sing? And two, I saw, you guys were talking right after you finished performing. So what did she tell you in that moment?
Yeah, like you said, seeing them cry was just so amazing. It like to touch my heart. I'm like, whoo, at least I did a good job. I made Reba happy, so I'm complete. Yeah, but walking off, she was just telling me that I did everything like she told me to, and she's just really proud of me. She actually, as she said while I was up there, she's like, I really connected with her on that song, and she really felt it. So that was one of the highlights for me. But it was just so crazy, just like being here and being a part of the top 12. Like everyone's so talented. It's just, I feel like it's going to be so hard for, America to choose like who goes on. It's insane. But yeah, it was so much freaking fun. I had so much fun.
Well, it's interesting because Chance, the rapper, obviously came in to kind of mentor you guys this week, but he's obviously also very clearly not in the country world. What conversations did you have with him? What lessons were you able to learn from him, despite the differences on paper with the genres?
So in my rehearsal with Reba and Chance, I had some issue with my in-ear. Only one was working, so I pulled it out. I skipped a word and I pulled it out, and then I just went full ham on them. And Chance like held on to his seat. He was just like, "What the heck is going on?" So when I got done, he was just like, "You are a performer." Like he was just blown away, and that blew me away because this dude has like so many awards. So to hear him say that and to have Reba like this the whole time, just excited for me. It was such a cool, like a a cool experience, really. And what I learned from Chance is, I mean, they didn't really have any notes for me going into it. They just wanted to make sure that to really nail my notes, because I was going to be moving around a lot. But he just basically said, "Hey, you're a powerhouse vocalist, so use that to your advantage, because that's what, you know, distincts you from the other artists that are on your team and really that are in the top 12. You're a belter, you're a rocker country belter, so use that and don't change it." So that's all what I learned from Chance.
So, you know, Chance being from a totally different genre, he's still a lover of music and he's a maker of music. And so, as somebody coming from a totally different angle and a different mindset of making music to come into my lane and to listen to what I do, I love having a set of ears on what I do that isn't biased to my sound, so to speak. And if I can move somebody who isn't necessarily in my musical lane and I can move you and impact you, I think that's a fun challenge and I think it's a fun accomplishment. And he definitely verbalized that my performance moved him and made him feel something. And I take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of joy in that. And it was really fun to get to hear him, his production mind, because he had some notes for me on the approach to the song. He actually kind of encouraged me to tap into the breathy, softer side of my voice and to be really present as a singer, not just as a guitarist, and not worry so much about the production and stuff that's going on around me, but to focus on bringing the audience into the story with my voice. He challenged me to do that, and nobody has challenged me to do that before. So he brought perspective that was really fun and fresh.
Yeah, it was number one, totally shocking. Like, you don't expect Reba and Chance the Rapper. But walking in, I was like, oh my gosh. It was just pretty crazy. You know, and you know, he had a few notes for me because number one, song's like super difficult, and I had literally like 1 day to practice it before I went in front of Reba, so that was awesome. Yeah, so he had a few notes, and then after I adjusted a little bit, then he was like, no notes. And then I remember when I was walking out, he's like, and I quote, he's like, "I'm not just gassing you up, like I'm being for real." And I was like, thank you. So it was really cool to have him here. He was so sweet, and what a great person. You know, you don't expect it, but him and Reba are a great duo.